Greetings, Star Citizens, and welcome to another beautiful day in the verse. And we have the art of an Avenger attempting to get into the back of my Starfarer. It is not going to work. I already know it's not going to work. Because the Avenger is just simply way too big. And this is just one of the common things to deal with. As the owner of a Starfarer, you are going to get plenty of ships that are, they're gonna attempt this. I've had Sabres try it, I've had Auroras try it, Avengers try it. I've even had a Vanguard try it. I don't know if that guy was genuinely serious about trying to fit it in, but he tried, and that was quite eventful. He ended up getting wedged between the fuel tanks. So now we're going to have to get into the pilot seat and fix this, because he's now settles off into a float. We are waiting for one person to come aboard our Starfarer for this little bit of Fairer Fun Friday. And this Avenger is probably going to get whacked, but it's his own fault. Yeah, I think he's learnt his lesson. And we got some intense music. Not sure why we've got intense music, but we've got intense music. Oh, that's not going to get up, so I'm going to get down, of course. This music is really intense for this landing. I mean, I know landing a Starfarer is quite an intense activity, but I don't think it quite calls for this intense music. It's not that intense. But we will slowly bring this beast back down to the ground and wait for our passenger Merlin. So I'm not sure if he wants to fly or gun. He's only got a Mustang, so I'm not sure what experience he has with a Starfarer. Chances are he might not have ever seen a Starfarer. There's a lot of people that haven't. But I like to bring my Starfarer out, and I like to just let people aboard, because you get some fun moments like I've talked about in the past. You get some very fun moments, and here is the man of the hour. He is in the hangar bay. I'm sure he'll figure it out. He'll find his way up here. But yeah, I like to invite people on board every time I come out in the verse. At least once a day, I will bring out the Starfarer and I will ask if anyone wants to come aboard the Starfarer, because it is a fun ship to be aboard of, and usually a lot of people do. Not always do they announce that they're going to be coming aboard, which is slightly scary. I can almost guarantee we're going to get at least one person on board that didn't put in chat that he was coming aboard. They just sort of sneak on, and those people I don't like. Those people make me worried. The people that talk are perfectly fine, because usually they are, usually the ones that talk are friendly and they're just here to sort of have a bit of fun, and they'll get involved with the multi-crew experience. I thought our ship was spinning then, but it was just another ship flying past. I think that was another Starfarer. So I have upgraded to the Starfarer Gemini, which you guys might have noticed on the slightly different colour scheme on the inside. I did originally have a Starfarer for a very long time. I had it since it was first on sale, and I was convinced I was happy with the standard Starfarer. I was convinced that was the route that I wanted to take. I'm not really into military. I'm not really into sort of the combat side of things, so I thought I'll just settle with the standard fuel scooper and I'll go with it. But obviously, at the moment, we can't. What the fuck was that? I think that was the other Starfarer. That gave me. Oh, there we go. We got one more aboard that didn't make himself. Oh, he's just locked himself out, or did Merlin? No, he locked himself out. Okay. He's probably slightly confused. We'll let him back in. Even though I said I don't like those, but yeah, that explosion scared the living shit out of me. But yeah, at the moment we can't scoop any fuel. We can't do what the base Starfarer is meant for. So I figured I'll upgrade to the Gemini. It's more expensive. I mean, on the stats page, it's listed as having less cargo because it's got thicker armor. But on the actual inside, I don't see any difference. Now, I don't know if that's sort of a work in progress. I don't know if they've just, at the moment, just got the skin of the base Starfarer and just applied it. And if this Gemini is going to undertake some sort of remodeling on the interior to make what the stats page says, because the stats page says it's got thicker armor and that makes less cargo space, but on the actual inside of the ship there is zero difference to the size of the ship. The size is, that ladder always catches people out. Not to worry about that one, Merlin. It happens to me every time. So I think Merlin is going to be on the gun. I don't think he's confident to fly, but we'll check in a little while. We'll check if he is wanting to fly or is he wanting to gun. I give the option for people to fly just because like I say, some people have never even seen the Starfarer in the actual game. Some people have never been on it, and there's quite a lot of people that have probably never flown it. I always let people fly it, but I don't know if other Starfarer owners are the same. But I personally don't actually like flying the Starfarer. I didn't get the Starfarer to okay, so Merlin wants to gun first. He doesn't want to destroy the ship. That's perfectly fine. I get that a lot. I get a lot of people that's their big concern flying it. They just look at it and it's like, nah, that's a bit of a big undertaking. You know, jumping from a Mustang to a Starfarer is quite the jump. So I don't think he knows where the gun is. So we'll see if yeah, he looks a little bit lost. That's perfectly fine. Everybody gets lost, even I sometimes. Throw me. I think I was meant to say show me, but he wants me to throw him, so we'll throw him in the gun. But yeah, I don't know if other Starfarer owners are the same and let other like randoms fly the ship, but I do, because I bought the Starfarer to sit in that captain seat. It might sound like a big waste of money, but that is the reason I bought the Starfarer. I bought it just so I could be a lazy ass and sit in that central captain seat that's got absolutely no control over the ship. It's got no monitors, it's got no screens, it's got nothing. It is just a seat. And I just want to sit in there and I just want to tell people what to do. I want to tell the pilot where to fly, tell the gunners what to do, tell the engineers what to fix. That is my dream, and that's why I got the Starfarer. It might sound like a waste of money, but to me that is money well spent. That is money definitely well spent. Now, so we've got Merlin, we've got that other guy, I can't remember his name, that guy that locked himself out. We've got him. I think he's still on the ship somewhere. We'll see if we can get any other people on board before we depart. The more the merrier. The more people you have on a Starfarer, the more hectic it is. I remember once, one of the first times I took the Starfarer out, I ended up having a 6v6 first-person shooter battle break out in the hallways and the cargo room, and that was quite eventful. That was interesting because I didn't know about it. I was flying and I couldn't hear a thing, and the only reason I knew about it is because I think my co-pilot told me that there's a gunfight breaking out in the back, and I was like, oh, okay. What's this about? So I went out and I killed a few people, and then I got killed, and then the Starfarer was never to be seen again. So I don't think anyone else is coming aboard, or if they are, they're not making it noticed. I know we've got at least one, or we might have at least one hidden away somewhere. Not sure where he's gone. He's probably having a little nosy. I thought our ship was spinning them because of the spinning rings, but it's just an illusion. But yeah, not sure where that guy's...
Complete.
There's another explosion. Not sure where that guy's gone and hid. He might just be having a little wander around the ship just to get a feel for the ship. It does take a while to get used to the ship's layout. I would say I still get lost in the ship, but I don't get lost anymore. I've had it for a while. I fly it pretty much every day. I'm getting quite attuned to the layout, but the first few weeks, probably even the first month of having the Starfarer, I still got lost. I still couldn't find things. It was still confusing. There are lots of rooms, lots of hallways, lots of floors. Oh, hello. Bad bloke. He's just randomly teleported in. He probably actually walked in, but it just took a while to update. So we've got two people on board that are not talking in the chat. So I'm probably going to get shot in the back of the head. It's highly likely that I'm going to get shot. Try off. No, I don't want to try office free for a month. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's very likely I'm going to get shot in the back of the head at some point in this flight. It tends to happen if you have someone on your ship that don't make themselves aware that they're on the ship, or don't make you aware that they're on the ship. They are the ones to watch out for. They are the ones that are possibly gonna stab you in the back and take your ship, which for me is unnecessary. Anyone who knows me knows that I am perfectly open to letting people fly my ships. I don't mind. I like you flying my Starfarer. I love people experience from flying the Starfarer, because to anyone who's never flown the Starfarer, it is a completely different ship to fly. It is completely different from a Constellation. It's completely different to a Retaliator. It's just a completely different ship. It's got a completely different feel to it. It's like, it is the ultimate freighter. It's just nice and smooth and slow and sluggish, and it just sort of elegantly drifts along space, and it just, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. So I'm just gonna let Merlin know that we've got two people on board that aren't talking, so I'm probably gonna get shot in the back of the head. Just let him know. It's always nice. Now, because we've got so many people on board, we're gonna get a lot of pirates here, because it gives you, I think, 2 pirates for every person you have on the ship. It doesn't classify it for ship. That's a missile inbound, but I'm not being warned about it. Okay, now I'm being warned about it. I think it missed, though, I'm not sure. Alright, Merlin is getting used to those gigantic size 5s on top. And that's a one-shot kill. Nice and easy. I love the Starfarer. It makes killing pirates so easy. Let's go try for this one as well. HUD's bugged out again. Oh, what, we just got hit by? I think it was a missile. The first one missed, second one hit. And that's a kill. Oh, we went through debris. We went through debris. The biggest no-no in Starfarer history. Oh, God. Yeah, we got problems now. That was silly. That was silly of me. So, yeah, the debris sometimes bugs out. And you fly into bug debris with a Starfarer, you're gonna break something, because for some reason Starfarer is extra fragile. It's unrealistically fragile. I feel like the collision model or the damage model or something for the Starfarer is slightly wrong or slightly broken, because there we go, our missile did, yeah. But yeah, if you get the slightest little bump on something, it will break. The slightest little collision with an asteroid, you will explode. I'm gonna try and get this to cry out. This is, I mean, you can see where I'm like controlling the ship. I'm not doing this. This ship is just going out of control. I think we lost one of the engines, possibly 2. I think we might be on just 1 engine, and I think that might be the right engine. But I'm gonna try get this to Cry Astro, though I'm convinced that you cannot repair a Starfarer at Cry Astro. Now, I know there is a big pad under Cry Astro, and I know Retaliators and Constellations could use that pad to repair, but I'm not convinced that the STAR-M5FP fits on that pad, but I've been told by someone that it does. I've been told in chat that the STAR-M5FP does go on that pad and it can be repaired on that pad. I've never tested it because in my mind I'm still convinced it doesn't fit on it, because the Retaliator pretty much only just fits on it, and the STAR-M5FP is a lot bigger than a Retaliator, so I can't see it fitting. I don't even know if we're going to be able to land. I mean, look at that cruise to max. That started out at like 20 seconds or something. Our engines are just dead. I mean, I've cut the throttle here, but we are slowing down just so gradually that we're going to definitely overshoot. So I'm not even sure if there's the pad that we need. It looks way too small. I don't think we can actually go on it, but
would you like to restock your ammo?
But we will see. We'll see. We'll give whoever it was that told me the STAR-M5FP does. I wondered what that was. Then it's artillery shooting. Whoever told me that the STAR-M5FP does go on this pad, we'll give them benefit of the doubt, and our ship is just out of control. I have like little to no control on this ship at the moment. It might actually be better to go into landing mode. But I'm going to get a little bit closer first, because I think landing mode for the STAR-M5FP is 25 meters a second. Yeah, it's 25 meters a second. So it takes a while to get around in landing mode, but with a ship this big, you want to be gentle. We're definitely not going to fit on that pad. You want to be gentle with your landings. You want to take it nice and slow, because you've got very poor visibility and a very big ship. So I almost always land with auto land with the STAR-M5FP because it's so big. We can't land on this. We're not getting the permission to land thing. So that busts that myth. We cannot land on a STAR-M5FP. We cannot land on a STAR-M5FP. What am I saying? We can't land on Astro with a STAR-M5FP is what I meant to say. Holy crap, I'm getting 32 frames per second. That is a world record on a single card.
Thrusters.
So a lot of people actually ask me about frame rate. A lot of people ask me how I get such good frame rate, and I actually don't. I mean, you can see the frame point count. I don't know why, but Shadowplay updated quite a while ago, and I postponed it because I didn't like the update for a few reasons. One is that it now records overlays, and I've not figured out a way to get rid of it. So it records my FPS, which I don't have a problem with, but it also records like Steam and the little stupid message that it pops up when you start recording. But yeah, you can see my frame rate, and it's not actually that high. It is what pretty much everyone's getting. Most people, if you've got the hardware to run the game, then most people are stuck at like 20 to 30 FPS, and the reason is the frame rate is being capped by the server and not your performance. So if you're only getting 25 frames per second, don't feel like you need to get a better PC. Don't go, getting a better graphics card and getting a better processor thinking, oh, I need to upgrade when this game's out. I want to get it at 60 FPS, because nobody except the developers can get 60 FPS at the moment, because it is bound by the server, it's bound by the netcode. It is getting fixed pretty soon. I can't remember if it was the next update or a few updates after, but it is getting worked on. The netcode is being redone, and we should hopefully get 60 FPS at some point. But yeah, the reason my videos look higher than 30 FPS is just down to editing. It's down to frame blending, where you blend two frames together, a bit like sort of like VSync, but it's different. So it just sort of blends them together, so the different frames go smoother. But yeah, I am actually only usually getting around 30 FPS or 26. 26 is probably the most common. It's probably the average FPS is 26. So it's not actually that smooth. It's just the video smooths it out for me, which is quite nice. So yeah, I was gonna get another Starfarer, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think there's enough people. I mean, sometimes you get loads of people, sometimes it's like this, you only get 2 people. It's not really that fun with just a few people on board, especially when 2 of them aren't talking. If all 4 people were talking, then it would be a lot more fun. You get some funny moments, but only 1 is talking. So I'm going to end this video here, and this has been quite a interesting little Farah adventure, and I will see you guys in the next video. Laters, taters.